Students, let's continue the 8th chapter of NEET. 61st question. In ringworm, which part of the body are usually affected? A. Skin, hair and scalp. B. Skin, nails and hands. Here nails and hands won't. Here hair also, it won't get affected. C option, skin, hair and lips. Lips don't get affected here. So skin, nails and scalp. So this is the correct option, that is skin, nails and scalp. Scalp means on the head region, the skin part of the head region, mid part. Okay. Next one, 62nd question. Combs of individuals infected with dash can transmit the disease. Combs of seborrhoiasis disease, no. Dermatitis, no. Ringworm, if you are using the comb where one person has already used and he has ringworm infection, so you also get that infection. This is what is the meaning of this. So the answer here is ringworm disease. Clear? Option C. Next here, one diagram is shown here. Diagram is given here. Fine. This diagram you can see what they have shown here. Thymus gland they have shown. Fine. Clear? Lymphatic glands they have shown. Lymph vessels they have shown. So here lymph nodes they have shown in this diagram. So this diagram is nothing but the lymphatic system, that in fact indirectly is nothing but immune system. So based on this diagram we have 5 questions, that is from 4 questions from 63rd to 65th. Fine. So based on this diagram, the question number 63rd is clear. What is indicated by A in the diagram? So A they have labeled as here. Fine. This they have labeled as A here. So what is he asking? So for that, option A, lymph vessels, lymph nodes, lymph valves and tonsillar capsules. So here, so these A, fine, this A, what is nothing but lymph nodes. Lymph nodes, that's why the answer is B here, lymph nodes. Clear? Next one, what is the indicated by C in the diagram? So in the diagram they have labeled here, they have labeled this as C. You can see here this as C, they have labeled. So they are asking what is it in the diagram. So what is it indicates? C indicates A, lymph vessels, B, lymph nodes, C, lymph valves and D, tonsillar capsules. Tonsillar capsules. So the option is here is the option is the best answer is clear. Fine. So it is nothing but fine, lymph vessels. Lymph vessels. Next one, 65th question. What does B in the figure stands for? B they have shown here. One gland they have shown here. B, you all know which gland it is. Very easy question, very easy answer. It is known as thymus gland. So option C is the answer. Other options they have told thyroid, tonsils and trachea. It won't be clear. So option B, thymus is the answer. Option C. Next one. Ringworm are generally acquired from A, water, B, air, C, soil and D, food. So ringworms, they are usually present in the beginning, they are usually present in the soil. From soil they get transmitted to water or other parts, from there from person to person. So basically they are generally acquired from soil. Option C is the correct answer. Next one, 67th question. The mosquito larvae are fed upon by, here they are asking the larvicidal fishes. Fine. They have said ambrosia. Fine, don't get confused. A, B, gambusia, C, mosquito repellent, D, turtles. You all know that. Fine. The larvicidal fishes we have spoken, that is gambusia, minnows and stickleback. Other fishes we have told in the class, that is stickleback, minnows and gambusia. So here option B, gambusia is answer. They are larvicidal fishes. They are used to control the larvae of the mosquitoes. Thereby we can control the vector-borne diseases that are transmitted through mosquitoes. Fine. Okay. Next question. Dengue is caused by which vector? Dengue. A, Anopheles mosquito. This is for malaria. You all know that, female Anopheles mosquito. B, Aedes mosquito. This is the correct answer. Which answer? Aedes mosquito. Whereas C, Apollo mosquito, which we have not heard about. Of course, students. Fine. Apollo. Clear. Then D, Plasmodium. Plasmodium is not a vector. It is a pathogen of malaria. So Aedes aegypti. You all know that it is the vector for dengue disease. So Aedes mosquito. B answer is the correct answer. Next one. A deadly disease, smallpox, has been eradicated through what? Through antiserum. B, vaccination. C, catestorization. D, antidote. You all know that smallpox. Fine. I have told you the whole story of smallpox and cowpox. Fine. Where Dr. Edward Jenner in 1907, fine, classically did an experiment to find out vaccine, vaccination. So it is nothing but vaccination. So B answer is the correct option here. Moving on to next questions. Clear? That is the 70th question. Fine. Chikungunya is spread by a vector. He is asking to find and identify the vector here. A. Fungal spores. B. Housefly. C. Mosquito. D. Reptiles. Chikungunya is also transmitted by mosquitoes. So option C is the correct answer here. Fine. It is not spread through houseflies or fungal spores. Fine. Chikungunya, you all know that. Fine. Where the platelets are the target organs. So mosquitoes. Fine. Immunity. Next questions are on immunity. So far we have discussed on diseases, common diseases. Next topic, immunity. The questions are following questions are on the immunity or immunology. Every day our body is exposed to large number of infectious agents, but all are not capable of causing disease. Correct. This is due to what he is asking. This is due to decreased virulence of pathogens. Virulence means pathogenicity. No. Immunity of an individual. Yes. Genotype of an individual. Lifestyle of an individual. What is it? Immunity of an individual here. Clear? So immunity of an individual. Immunity is the one which prevents the occurrence of the diseases in individuals. So immune system, fine, acts as a defense system. Next question. Innate immunity is a dash type of defense mechanism. Innate immunity. You all know, we have told you many times. Clear? So specific, no. Non-specific, yes, of course, correct. Then C, congenital, that's also correct. Thereby option D, both B and C are correct. Both B and C. I have told you innate immunity, also known as non-specific immunity. This is the first type of immunity what we have discussed in the class. Non-specific immunity. That's why I have told you many names. More names I will tell you now. One, they have told innate here, non-specific, congenital. It's also known as inborn immunity. It is also known as familial immunity, obtained from the mother or from the family. Innate, just born, inborn. Clear? So many names are there. That's the immunity what we have discussed. Why it is non-specific? Because it is a very broad spectrum immunity to all types of pathogens. Fine. Okay, next one. Next question. Skin and mucus in which type of which type of barrier under innate immunity? Physiological, no. Morphological, no. Physical barriers. We have studied them. Skin, fine, and mucus. They have studied on physical barriers. Morphological are other barriers. Physiological are other barriers. So here physical barriers. C is the correct answer. Cellular, we have studied about different types of cells, natural killer cells and other cells. So we don't come across that in cellular mechanism. First line of body defense, physical body defense, skin and mucus. Next, saliva in mouth and tears from eye protect from microbial infection. Saliva in the mouth and tears from eyes protect the microbial infection. This type of barrier is known as, now it has come correctly here, A cellular, B physical, C physiological. What is it? Physiological. C option, physiological, is the correct answer. The other thing they say cytokinin. No, you all know what is cytokinin is. Physiological barriers. See, skin and mucus, physical barriers. In the following question, very good question, so that you can avoid confusion. Saliva in the mouth produced by salivary glands has lysozyme. What it has? Lysozyme. And the tears produced from the lacrimal glands of the eye, they also have the same enzyme known as lysozyme that dissolves the bacteria. It is a bacteriolytic enzyme or cellulytic enzyme known as lysozyme, fine, which is present in the tears and also in the saliva. So it is a physiological barrier. Second line of body defense like our physiological barrier. In first line of body defense we come across physiological barriers. Second type there. Now, which of the following is not a cellular barrier of innate immunity? Not a cellular barrier. Not a cellular barrier. PMNLO, neutrophils, fine, they are cellular barriers. B monocytes, cellular barriers. Lymphocytes, cellular barriers. Whereas D thrombocytes, they are nothing but the blood platelets. They are not the cellular barriers. So we have to find out not the cellular barrier. So option D is the correct answer here. Clear? Next question. Fine. Virus infected cells secrete protein called dash to protect the non-infected cells. Many a times I have told you the protein is nothing but, yes, of course you are right, interferon. This says A cytokinin, wrong. Immunoglobulin, don't get confused. C cytokinin. Clotting factors are fibrin and other are clotting factors. So here I have told you the definition of interferon. The antiviral proteins produced by viral infected cells is what is known as interferon. So same thing here they have told. Virus infected cells secretes a protein called dash To protect other non-infected cells, so they give alarm to the neighboring cells to avoid the viral infection. Such proteins are known as interferons. Interferons, meaning itself, in the word itself is there. I have told you in the class. Now, acquired immunity is what? Acquired immunity is very specific. Fine. So here A, pathogen specific, pathogen non-specific, congenital, non-effective. It should be always, because we have acquired after the infection, after the infestation or infection, whatever the immunity is that is now obtained by an individual is known as acquired immunity, and it will be against again always against a specific pathogen. Hence it is pathogen specific. B option, non-specific, is wrong. Congenital is nothing but inborn immunity. So here is acquired immunity. So non-effective is also wrong. Next, the questions are followed on cancer. Fine. One or two questions. Again, they have given the antibiotic and the immunoglobulin diagram. So acquired immunity has which of the following features? Acquired immunity. Non-specific, B, memory cells, anti-cancer, and congenital. Already we have discussed acquired based on that pathogen specific. Whenever the next time infestation takes place or infection takes place, immediately our memory cells, T memory cells, fine, clear, immediately stimulates the B lymphocytes to produce specific antibodies. Hence it is totally about memory, T memory cells. There are four types of T cells. We have told you: T helper, T killer, T suppressor, and T memory cells. These memory cells, remember the nature, the pathogenicity of the pathogen, the nature, the proteins of the pathogen. Thereby they remember that in the second infection, following infection, next infection, immediately specific antibodies are produced only because of the memory cells. Next, when a pathogen comes in contact with body for the first time, it causes dash response of low intensity, low concentration. It responds what? Primary. First, this is the clue here. First time, this is the clue for the answer, that is primary. So second infection, secondary, which will be in that response you produces antibodies very fast because memory cells help here. So in the first response, fine, it takes more time also so that they can identify, and after that they prepare specific antibodies of what intensity? Low intensity, low concentration. Later it will be higher in concentration. Next, figure is given here from question number 80 to 200. 20 questions have been discussed based on this diagram. You all know this is variable region, fine. This is constant region, fine. Variable region, this is known as the antigen binding site. This is the high long chain. This is light chain, fine. This long chain, constant region, variable regions, fine. This is nothing but N terminal, fine. Bonds, disulfide bonds are there. This is nothing but antibody binding site. So all these are all the based on this. Further following questions have been asked. So we'll try to find out those questions from question number 82, question 200. We'll discuss. Clear? So you all know that it's a antibody immunoglobulin, fine. We have discussed the structure of immunoglobulin, fine. Now question number 80. What is indicated by D in the diagram? In the diagram D, fine. You can see the diagram here. This is D here. Again here they have shown D. So this D indicates what? Antigen binding site. I was telling you this D is nothing but antigen binding site. Antigen binding site. You can see D here. So here option C, antigen binding site, is the correct answer. Next question. What does A represent in the figure? A. You can see A here. What is showing here? A. Now you can see. So options are light chain, heavy chain, antigen binding sites. Fine. CMI. What is CMI? Clear? Next, A. What is it here? A is nothing but light chain. What is it? Light chain. Clear? Next one. What is indicated by B in the figure? B. Fine. Again, you can see the diagram here. B, where you can see the B here. So now they are asking, you all know B is a heavy chain. Again, CMI. Fine. B, heavy chain, light chain, antigen binding site. Next question. If a pathogen gains access to the body, that is entry to the body, the second time, then the highly intensified response called dash may occur. Fine. Here A, analgesia, cannot be. Anamnestic, fine. Then anthropologic. Then fourth one is Arthur's reaction. It is known as anamnestic reaction, fine. That is what we call secondary reaction. This is the answer. I repeat, if a pathogen gains entry to the body for the second time, then the highly intensified response called anamnestic may occur, fine. It will occur, clear. Secondary response is produced very fast. That's what they are calling as anamnestic response. Next, the army of proteins produced by B lymphocytes is called, very easy, fine, produced by B lymphocytes is nothing but, fine, it cannot be antigen, interferons or cytokinins, is always, fine, antibodies or immunoglobulins what we call. So B lymphocytes, fine. Next question, the two type of lymphocytes responsible for immune response, A type, B type, T type, fine, clear, both B and C, both B and C. What is B? B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. B lymphocytes are from the bone marrow, T lymphocytes are from the thymus gland. So answer here is D, both B and C. Next question, the immunity conferred by B lymphocyte is also known as, conferred by B lymphocytes is also known as A, immediate, B, histological, C, humoral. We have written in the differences, fine, differences between B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes are humoral immunity and cell mediated immunity. This is what is cell mediated immunity in previous questions, fine. CMI is there here, cell mediated immunity. I gave you time so that you can recall that CMI is nothing but cell mediated immunity. Cell mediated immunity is brought about by T lymphocytes, whereas B lymphocytes bring about humoral immunity. The immunity conferred by B lymphocytes is known as humoral immunity. So he says immediate, histological, fine, cell mediated. CMI refers to cell mediated, which is brought about by T lymphocytes. What is it? T lymphocytes. We have written the differences also. Next, which lymphocytes help B cells to secrete antibodies? Which lymphocytes help B cells to secrete what? Antibodies. A, killers, natural killer cells. B, macrophages. T cells, C, T cells, and D, monocytes. You all know that T cells, fine, they are the helper cells, T helper cells. They help the B cells in the synthesis of antibodies. So answer here is C, T cells. Clear? Next question, an antibody has dash heavy chains and dash light chains respectively. Fine, clear? You all know that two heavy chains, you can see here in the diagram, two heavy chains and two light chains. Fine. So our answer here is 2 and 2, C option, 2, 2. Two heavy chains, two light chains. That's why we have told the formula. What is it? Always you might have remembered H2L2. I have told you the formula H2L2, heavy chain, light chains. Clear? H2L2 is the formula. Try to remember. So that indicates two heavy chains and two light chains. I hope it's clear. Next one. Select the correct option. Select the correct option. IgA, IgG, IgE, IgD, IgI. Fine. IgI. Do you have IgI here? No, we don't have IgI. Immunoglobulin I we don't have. IgG, IgA, IgG, IgH, IgJ. We don't have immunoglobulin J and H. So IgA, IgG, IgE, IgD, IgM. Immunoglobulin A, immunoglobulin G, immunoglobulin E, D and M. They all are immunoglobulin. So that's the correct option, C. Whereas in here, in the fourth option, IgM, IgA, IgE, IgI is there again. So which is not the correct option. Next question. The chains of antibodies are held together by, you all know, as I told you here, fine, the antibody chains, which bonds here? Disulfide bonds. What bonds? Disulfide bonds, you can see here. So the answer here is very easy, C option, disulfide. They say dihydrogen and covalent ionic bonds, all are not there. We have told you, you also labeled disulfide bonds. Next, the immunity conferred by T lymphocyte is known as, just now I told you, CMI, that is nothing but cell mediated immunity. T lymphocytes always stands for cell mediated immunity, and B lymphocytes always stands for humoral immunity. B lymphocytes, it has come in the above question. B lymphocytes always for humoral immunity. C lymphocyte is always for, T lymphocyte is always for cell mediated immunity. Clear? Next, after any graft or transplant, we have told this point also. After any graft or transplant, which medications does a patient have to take all his or her life? I have told you this by giving the example of kidney transplantation, immunosuppressor agents. I have told you this in 10th chapter also. Whoever has taught, they might have told you cyclosporin A, immunosuppressor agents. They have to keep on constantly taking so that they overcome graft rejection or organ rejection concept. To overcome that concept, immunosuppressor agents has to be taken. You all know cyclosporin A is an immunosuppressor agent. Fine. It has come in this, I have told you in this chapter. In 10th chapter also, you might have studied that. Fine. Cyclosporin A. Okay. Next question. Question number 94. Before any graft or organ transplant, which procedure should be performed? What has to be performed here? A. Tissue matching, you might have understand. B. Pedigree analysis. C. CT scan. And D. X-ray. You are obtaining any organ from some other person, from donor, from cadaver, receiver. So what has to be matched? Blood group has to be matched. Other things has to be matched as per the options here. I have told many points there. So tissue matching also has to be done. Pathological test has to be done. So both these tissues will go together as far as their nature, their concentration, their other chemical levels are concerned. So tissue study, pathological studies has to be done. Based on that, tissue matching has to be done. What is shown in the figure? In the diagram, one plant is shown. You all know this plant, you might have seen. Clear? We call it as poppy plant, fine, from which drugs are obtained. So A. sunflower, B. poppy plant, D. datura, C. datura, D. tobacco. It is poppy plant. Clear? Again I will show you. You might have seen this. Fine. Clear? Poppy plant. Papaver somnifera, poppy plant, from which we obtain the drugs. Next, which immune response makes graft rejection obvious? Fine, obvious indeed, clear. Which immune response makes the graft rejection? A. Humoral immunity, humoral mediated immunity, no. B. Innate, can't be. C. Cell mediated. So here in organ rejection or graft rejection, what we call when organ is transplanted from one person to other person in his body, what takes place? Organ rejection takes place. Why that takes place? Because of the presence of cell mediated immunity. Cells starts producing antibodies against that. So cell mediated immunity. Next question. Which immunity is slow and takes time for full effective response? Fine. Active immunity. Which immunity is slow, fine, and takes time for full effective response? Fine. Clear. Actively acquired immunity, it is little slow but complete. Fine. Active. Passive is by vaccination. Fine. Acquired is again by acquired. Innate, you all know, inborn. So when a host is exposed to antigens, antibodies are produced in host body. This type of immunity is known as what type of immunity? When host is exposed to antigens, natural, exposed to antigens, antibodies are produced here. So it is known as active immunity. Passive is by vaccination, just now I told you. Next one. Active immunity is induced by A. Active immunity is induced by what he is asking? A. Injecting prepared antibodies? No. B. Injecting live infectious microbes, that is nothing but vaccination, attenuated. Fine. C. Injecting dead microbes or proteins. Dead microbes are proteins. Naturally I told you. So injecting vaccines, no. Option C is correct. In case of active immunity, injecting dead microbes are proteins. Fine. Microbial proteins or viral proteins are injected. Next question. When ready-made antibodies are given to protect the body against foreign agents, what is given here? Ready-made antibodies. Ready-made antibodies are given against a foreign agent. It is called dash immunity. It is known as passive immunity. Why? Because our immune system is not at all producing any antibodies. Our immune system is not actively involved. Our energy is not involved. Our antibodies are not involved. Hence it is passive, because we are already obtaining the ready immunoglobulins or antibodies here. Hence it is termed as active. If they are produced by our body, it is type of active immunity. So here the answer is passive immunity. Next question. In initial days of lactation, the mother's milk, colostrum, is rich in which immunoglobulin? Many a times I have told that this question will be asked. In milk we come across IgA. Through placenta, IgG is transferred from mother to fetus. Don't get confused. Milk A, immunoglobulin A from mother's milk to the infant or the young one through colostrum. You all know what is colostrum, the first produced milk, which is rich in immunoglobulin A and other proteins. Next, fetus receives dash from mother through the placenta during pregnancy. He is asking antigens, antibodies, T cells and B cells. It cannot be antigens because we have discussed in third chapter the functions of placenta. Placenta acts as a barrier. It prevents bacterial infection, acts as a barrier. So antigens cannot be transferred. So what are transferred here? Antibodies are transferred from mother's uterus to infant or the fetus, not infant, fetus. Next, Principle of dash is based on the property of memory, based on the property of memory of the immune system. What is based on the memory? Immunization. What is it? Immunization. A, passive immunity. B, antigen antibody. C, immunization. What is immunization? It's nothing but making your body more immune, more strong. This word immune is nothing but, fine, immune is nothing but, fine, against the diseases, fine, okay, prone towards the diseases, fine. So immune means, this word is also used by Edward Jenner. I told you during vaccination, the whole story. Vaccination, he used the word, these people are immune to it, means they are not affected by this disease. So immunization, this process is already known as immunization, where we are artificially we are given and our immunity is increased, enhances immunization process. Agglutination, you know, it's not agglutination. Agglutination is nothing but clumping, fine. Next question, immunization is also known as, very easy, just now it has come. What is it? Vaccination. C, passive immunity. B, innate immunity. C, vaccination. Vaccination, immunization, they are of course used as synonyms, as alternate words, but in specifically if you study in detail, slight difference is there, but we can consider here vaccination and immunization are one and the same. Next, a vaccine is dash. A vaccine is what? He's asking prepared antigen proteins. Vaccine. Antigen proteins, he is saying no. Next, inactivated or weakened pathogens, it is correct. Third one, fine, C, live pathogens, it's also correct. So answer D, both B and C, both A and B are correct. Live pathogens are not given. Killed pathogens, heat killed pathogens are given. Are prepared antigenic proteins, this is correct. Antigenic proteins are given. Live pathogens are not given. Fine. What are given? Attenuated, fine, or heat killed pathogens are given. We have told that point. So here option A and B are correct. So D is the correct answer. Clear? Next one. When a quick immune response is required, we can, when a quick immune response is required, we can directly inject weakened pathogens. He says quick. This is the important word here. Weakened pathogens, it takes more time. Directly inject the preformed antigens. Directly inject preformed antibodies. We want to increase immune system. So antigens we cannot take. Don't get confused. Directly inject preformed. What means preformed? Which are already formed antibodies. So option C is the correct answer. Why? Quick response is needed and to increase immunity. In the B option, antigens, he says, don't get confused, antibodies has to be introduced. So option C, directly inject preformed antibodies. This is what we do in case of snake bites also sometimes. For immediate response. I have told the whole story of snake venom and mules and what is that? Pune, Serum Institute of India. I have told the whole story. Recall that. Fine. Okay. Next question. In tetanus case, we inject what? Tetanus case. Antigens? No. Already TT. What is TT? Tetanus toxoid. So in the tetanus toxoid, what are there? Antibodies are there to overcome tetanus toxoid. TT injection. Fine. So antibodies are given. Next, when a person is bitten by snake, see it has come. We inject antitoxin in patient. This type of immunity is known as what immunity? Passive immunization. Why? Because already what are injected? Antitoxin, which are produced in other animal like mule or horse are used. So that's why it is known as passive. Why passive? Our own energy is not involved. Our body has not produced antibodies. Hence it is known as passive immunization. Next, antigenic polypeptides of pathogen has been produced on a large scale. This is due to dash technology. Fine. RDT, recombinant DNA technology. Antigen polypeptide of pathogen has been produced on large scale. This is due to what technology? Recombinant DNA technology. Fine. rDNA technology. It cannot be polymerase chain reaction. PCR, you know, it is used to detect. Fine. DNA fingerprinting also, it is used to detect the disorders, genetic disorders. Fine. Genetic diseases. In vitro fertilization, it is in fourth chapter, in order to make the couple who are infertile to become parents. So here is recombinant DNA technology or RDT, what we call recombinant DNA technology. Fine. So next is, by using recombinant DNA technology, hepatitis B vaccine is produced from dash. Hepatitis B vaccine, by using recombinant DNA technology, hepatitis B vaccine is produced from A, bacteria, B, yeast, C, fungi, D, lichen. Don't get confused. It is yeast. B, yeast is used here. Fine. In order to produce recombinant vaccine for hepatitis B. In hepatitis B, when we are talking about the fourth chapter, diseases, STDs, we have told you vaccination is one of the preventive measures. At the time also I have told you. Fine. Yeast, produced by yeast. Next, Sudden episode of sneezing. Episode here means a course, like, or course, that time during that period, infectious period of sneezing, wheezing when you travel to a new place is due to dash response. Very easy. Allergy, hypersensitivity, allergic reaction, running nose, burning eyes. Fine. Sneezing, wheezing sound or sneezing is all because of allergy. You all know that allergic reactions. Fine. Allergens we have discussed, biological. Fine. Chemical allergens. Fine. Immunoglobulin E overcomes the allergic reactions. We have told many points about that. Payers, patches, recall all those points. Okay. Next, substances which cause allergy are known as, just now I told you, very easy, allergens. Mutagens which causes mutations. Agglutinogens which causes agglutination, the proteins. Fine. Irritants. Fine. So allergens causes allergy, hypersensitivity of the skin. Clear? Allergy. Next questions. Right? Let us see. As long as the video is going on, we'll try to continue. Given figure from question 112 to 116. Clear? 112 to 116. You all know that it is the life cycle of Plasmodium vivax or any other species, but malaria, life cycle of malaria. Which of the cycle is indicated in the figure? What it is indicated? It is the life cycle of Plasmodium. Just now I told you, genus. What is indicated by A in the diagram? Where is A here? A is here. Fine. A is absolutely here. You all know what are those sporozoites. Let us see. A is indicated by C, sporozoites. Fine. They cannot be merozoites, they cannot be hypnozoites, they cannot be gametocytes. Why? Because Plasmodium belongs to phylum. Plasmodium belongs to amoeba, and then class Sporozoa because it produces sporozoites. Fine. Next, what is indicated in B in the diagram? Again, B is same place. Just kindly note it. Fine. B, A gametocytes, B salivary glands, C proboscis, D merozoites. What is it? Salivary glands. Salivary glands of what? Of the mosquito. Salivary glands. B option is correct. Next one. Gametes. 116. Gametes are developing in which of the cell as shown by the face D in the diagram. Where is D here? It is D is here. D is here. This is D. Male and female. Now you can got the clue. What is D there here? Fine. Gametocytes. Fine. Clear. Gametogony, where it is produced in the RBC cells, where red blood corpuscles. Gametogony, gamogony. Gametes are produced in the gamogony, sexual phase. Schizogony, sporogony, gamogony, schizogony. Recall those. Fine. Okay. Next question. Which cells are bursting as shown by the phase F in the diagram? So here F is there. This is F. Where is it? F. I think you can see. This is F. Fine. Which cells are bursting? You all know that. Which cells will burst here to come out of that source. Fine. Cells is nothing but liver cells. Why? See here it is liver. So liver cells, hepatocytes are bursting, so that this Plasmodium pathogen is coming out. So option B, hepatocytes are correct. He says WBC, RBC, lymphocytes. Don't get confused. Hepatocytes are nothing but fine, liver cells. So here I have shown hepatocytes because liver cells burst and they come out. Clear? We'll keep on studying as much as possible when the still video is going on. Next, the antibodies primarily participating in allergic response. Just now I told you IgE, allergy. Fine. Allergic response, pair patches in intestine. Which of the following is an allergen? A, dust, B, pollen, C, animal dander, D, all of these. You all know all of these. Animal dander means the skin, the dry skin particles which come out is known as animal dander. A, dust also, pollen also. Pollen allergy I have told you. Which of the following is not an allergic reaction symptom? Sneezing, of course. Watery eyes, of course. Difficulty in breathing, that is in asthma also we come across. So this is also, these A, B, C are three, they are the symptoms of allergy. Whereas hiccups, fine, hiccups, you all know what are hiccups. So people say eat sugar or drink water, you know, you get disorganized hiccups. It is not the symptom of allergy. Okay. Which cells actively participate in allergic reactions? Which cells? 7th chapter A, first year 7th chapter also we have told you in areolar tissue, mast cells. What cells? Mast cells. They actively participate in allergic reaction to overcome allergy. So A, mast cells, don't get confused. Monocytes, they phagocyte. Lymphocytes also produces macrophages also phagocytes. So in allergic reaction, which chemicals are released by the mast cell? Very good. Histamine we have told here, histamine and serotonin. Serotonin also we have told the protein. Histamine and serotonin. B histamine and secretin. Secretin is not there. Serotonin and adrenaline. You all know adrenaline hormone produced from adrenal gland. Serotonin and noradrenaline, again hormones. Histamine protein and serotonin protein. Serotonin, remember. Next, in case of allergy, which drugs reduce the symptoms? Very good question. Fine. Antihistamines, of course they are also correct. Adrenalines, of course correct. Blood supply will slow down. Steroids, they are also correct. So option D is a correct answer, all of the above. Next question, 124th question. In autoimmunity disorders, the cells, fine, A, produce more antibodies? No. Produce less antibodies? No. In autoimmunity disorders, they start attacking our own cells or other body cells. I have told, that's why it is known as autoimmunity. Fine. Self. Our own cells are killing our own normal functional cells. And hence it is known as autoimmune, and such diseases or disorders are known as autoimmune disorders. Fine. Next question. An example of autoimmune disease, very easy. A, tetanus. No. B, allergy. C, rheumatoid arthritis. D, asthma. It is known as rheumatoid arthritis. Fine. Clear. RA, rheumatoid arthritis, I have told you. Fine. So it is a classical example of autoimmune disease. Next, which of the other are also there? Fine. Which of the following is a primary lymphoid organ? Primary lymphoid organ. A, thymus. B, spleen, tonsils, lymph nodes. Primary thymus, T cells. Clear. Bone marrow and thymus are acts as a primary lymphoid organs. Next, immature lymphocytes differentiate in. Immature lymphocytes differentiate in liver and spleen, no. Bone marrow and thyroid, no. Thymus and bone marrow. Why? Because they are the primary lymphatic organs. So immature lymphocytes become mature there. So it is known as thymus and bone marrow. C option. Next, which of the following is a secondary lymphoid organ? Secondary, Brunner gland, Peyer's patches, crypts of Limburgen, Glissen's capsule. Glissen's capsule is nothing but which covers the liver. So Peyer's patches in small intestine. Just now I told you. Fine. Peyer's patches acts as a secondary lymphoid organ. Next, which structure of the lymph system keeps degenerating from birth to puberty? Very good. Many times I have told this. Fine. Thymus gland. As the age increases, the size of the thymus gland decreases. At and around the age of 40 years, it totally disappears. This is what I have told you. Recall thymus gland. D option. Okay. Next, spleen is what organ? Butterfly shape, bean shape, button shape, wedge shape. Bean shape. Spleen is a secondary lymphatic organ, bean shaped organ. Next, the thymus. Thymus is responsible for maturation of which cells? Thymus, T cells. Thymus, T cells. Okay, C option. Not tendons, B cells, mast cells. T stands for thymus cells. So let's stop the video here. In the next class, we'll try to complete this questions. Fine. Keep studying. God bless you. Good luck. Take care. If you have any doubt, kindly contact on my WhatsApp. Keep studying.